So it's Merc80.com once again in the house, and today we have the wonderful Melody Ehsani in the house. How you doing?
Good, thanks.
Yeah. So let's just get right into it. Very first question is, in your own words, what is your story and how did you fall in love with what you do?
I was going to school for law school, and I dropped out of law school because I didn't have a passion. Like, I couldn't find my passion in it. I really wanted to help people, and I had this, understanding of justice that I really wanted to get across in whatever I did, and I just didn't feel that law provided the most authentic platform for that to happen. I did a lot of soul searching. I learned how to meditate. I met this woman that really helped me kind of get in touch with, things that came more innately to me. And long story short, I decided that I wanted to be a product designer, and fashion was totally by accident. It's just kind of who I met, and the first internship I got was with a sneaker company, and I used to collect sneakers when I was young. So, I really loved it, and after that I just kind of was like, I want to create a shoe line for women that stands for something and that means something, and that, just high fashion shoes at an affordable price. And so I moved to Hong Kong, and I lived there for about 6 months, found, manufacturing and production, and came back with my first collection. I think that I'm at the very beginning of my journey, and I think that fashion is just something that's so fun and that comes easiest to me, but I'm really interested in invention and in products that actually serve a greater purpose.
Right. So in talking about inventions and ideas, are there any other people that inspire you in inventing, or people that you looked up to growing up for things that they designed or clothes they made or anything like that?
Yeah, Ehsani was one of my first kind of inspirations. I remember I was in high school and he had designed this perfume bottle that I really loved. Kareem Rashid was another one. Philippe Starck. They were all kind of product designers that moved to architecture, would do products in fashion, or they would do spaces. Coco Chanel.
In that transition that you had going from law school to a designer, did you get a lot of backlash from it? Was it scary at first, or?
Yeah, definitely. Initially it was crazy because nobody understood, and I felt crazy because I'm I've been kind of in academia. I was interning at the White House. I was working at law firms, making good money. My whole family was like, what are you doing? And all my friends were kind of in the same circle, so nobody really got it. But then after I took a couple classes, and after I did the internship, it just resonated somewhere in me. So it was just enough for me to keep going because I knew it was truth to me. I knew it was my truth. And so I kind of internalized everything initially because I'm I'm a failure, I just felt when you stop doing something, everybody's like, oh, she stopped because she couldn't do it, or she wasn't smart enough, or she wasn't. I immediately just went to the I'm not good enough place. In myself, though, I knew that wasn't my truth. My truth was something different. So as soon as I didn't even know product design existed. I didn't know that such a position, or you could take classes for that, or there was even a degree for that. So as soon as I discovered that and I started to take the classes, it all just kind of made sense. And in a sense, it became effortless. So getting to that point of realizing and dropping out and all that was super depressing and super difficult. But then once I got there, then it was effortless. I was like, I don't give a fuck what you guys say or what you think. And I kind of used their negativity after a while. I kind of used it as my fuel. I'm going to show them, I know this is me, I know this is what I do. And up to that point, I had never designed anything in my life. The first collection I did with the shoes and the first collection I did with the jewelry was literally the first time I had ever designed anything. It's not I had been drawing things and there was things in my head. It was the first time I actually gave myself permission, and I was like, this is me, I'm going to do this.
When you started making your own collection, going forth with that, how did the brand take off from there? Because like I've been looking on Twitter and I have friends and I'm like, oh, I'm looking at these shoes, and I just go in and click just to be curious, and it goes to your site.
I feel like women are the greatest resource, one of the greatest resources we have in this world. And I also feel like if women like something, or they believe in something, or they see something that they love, that they could spread word about it faster than the internet. And that's kind of what happened. It's like I brought it, and I feel like it came from an authentic place because I had really designed it and it was really me, and I brought it. And as soon as a couple people started wearing it or doing it, it was kind of a snowball effect. I mean, it was a very like grassroots sort of effort. You know, I was fortunate enough to initially attract the kind of tastemakers and more fashion forward people that are in the music industry or in the fashion industry or in whatever industry that they were in. They were kind of known for being the trendsetters. So I was lucky enough to attract those kinds of people initially. And so, you know, I received free billboards walking around that wore my stuff.